Hey, it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
All buckled up? Good.
Buckle up.
Something big is gonna happen.
Something is happening.
Is this happening everywhere?
This is happening.
What is happening?
Hey, I'm here for the big show.
Now, this is what you have been waiting for.
Absolutely. And the reason why I played that this morning is because 720 Luke Combs tickets up for grabs. You want to win some Luke Combs, 720 will give you a chance. How about that? That's the big thing happening. I mean, it is October 1st as well. So for me, it's like briskness, fall. I mean, it's that time of year, Halloween around the corner. Halloween's around the corner. Yes, all of that is around the corner. For me, the last 3 months go the fastest of the year. So like because you have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So it goes that quickly. So strap yourself in. Let's get working. We're going to work on some Facebook fun. Also, other people's problems coming up, Nashville news. And like Patty said, Luke Combs, 720 will give you a chance to win some of those tickets. So are you ready to do that? I'm ready.
I was born ready.
Grab a cup of coffee, dig in, let's get going. You got Rick, you got Patty. KORD, good morning.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. 102.7 KORD. Our cash cow loves country music and loves giving you extra spending cash. Up to $30,000 could be yours. Listen while you work for codes every hour from 8:20 to 5:20. And then enter them on our app for your shot to win cash.
Okay.
We're milking it for all it's worth. Download our app to play and for full rules and details. Number one for New Country. 102.7 KORD.
Country number one for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD. It's 6:22. Your morning commute. 41 degrees. A little chilly out there. Make sure you take a light jacket. You're going to need that today. And then, of course, it's going to warm up to about 70 or so. But welcome to a fall day in Tri-Cities.
Oh, man.
I was going through a funny thing. I was going through the Jack in the Box this morning right there off 10th. And what's his name? Gosh.
Is it somebody that helps you every night?
Well, he's there, yeah, usually. But the hilarity is he opens up the window and he goes, it's cold. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, living in the desert. I'm like, yep, living in the desert. But it's just that drop, It's kind of funny.
I don't like it.
How it's like 80, 90, and then suddenly, bam, you're dropping just like that. So shout out to the Jack in the Box right there. They're open 24/7, which is.
Do they still have like the 2 tacos for $1?
That's what I got this morning. That's how I have a cheap breakfast. I'm like 2 tacos, please, and it's $1.99.
Oh,
inflation, of course.
It went up.
Yeah, it did. But
so is minimum wage.
I saw that. I saw you posted up there, and it's going up. 16 something?
16 something. Yeah,
16 something exactly. I've lived on minimum wage. I have way back in the day. My first radio job. $3.35 an hour.
Same.
So
yeah.
And I remember when I made $5 an hour, I thought I was doing pretty good. I wasn't. I had to work two jobs, but I made $5 an hour on each of those jobs. Worked at the roller skating rink and I worked at the radio station.
Were you a DJ at the roller skating rink?
I was.
Really?
Oh yeah, in my youth, yeah, absolutely.
Moonlight couples.
Well, because my first. So I have. Patty has been way more successful in radio than I have been. So when I first got it's the truth. When I first got started in radio, my first salary was $600 a month, which meant I got $220 every 2 weeks, which meant I had to get a part-time job. So that's where the roller skating rink came in.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I had to, yeah.
I had a friend, she was a DJ at the roller skating rink.
Yeah.
She loved it.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Absolutely. It was a good time. But I had to, subsidize that. Did you ever do that? Ever have to do that in radio? Like work a part-time job on
I've always had a part-time job, like a customer service job. Sure, I've worked at car dealerships, and I used to work at this one place, too. It was called Capital Rent-A-Tux, where we rented tuxes, to all the high school kids.
Okay, all right. So
it was amazing.
Do you recall your first salary? Was it $600? Mine was $600.
I do recall my first salary. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember that I rented an apartment for like $300 a month.
Wow,
on the 3rd floor.
Wow. So
my neighbor was an old lady, and she had a cat named Peanut Butter. You couldn't have pets, but she did.
She had. So it was interesting because I had a studio, and it was in an old house, studio apartment in an old house, $150 a month.
Wow.
Well, this was 1980, 89, something like that. But yeah. But remember, this meant
Mine was like 1986.
Okay, just remember that. But the drunk guy went through the bay window, so that's kind of what I had to live with upstairs, right? You know. And then there was other lady that lived in the building who had a Mrs. Roper.
Moo on,
yeah,
all the time.
But she never wore a bra, and they were hanging. No, I'm just saying.
Why do you?
All right, we're moving on. There you go. There's a great.
On that note,
there's a great visual for you. It's 102.7 KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
638, number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD, 41 degrees. You got Rick, you got Patty. What is going on in Nashville?
So Luke Bryan and Peyton Manning returned to host the CMA Awards for the third year in a row. This time, they're going to be joined by reigning CMA Entertainer of the Year, Lainey Wilson. Morgan Wallen leads the field of nominations with 7. Lainey herself is nominated 4 times, including for Entertainer of the Year. Just so you know, the 58th CMA Awards are November 20th at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Speaking of Luke Bryan, he says nobody knows the ups and downs of how to make it on American Idol like Carrie Underwood does.
To have Carrie Underwood coming on board, she'll be amazing. I mean, nobody knows the ups and downs of trying to make it through the show and winning the show more than Carrie. So,
just so you know, Luke says that they start auditions in New York City, and obviously they're excited to have Carrie Underwood. He says she's going to have to develop, though, a tolerance for Lionel, him, and Ryan Seacrest, adding that they're excited for another season of Idol starting this week with the auditions being the real work days. He says they're like 13-hour days, and that there are no times for any breaks for any of his favorite hobbies, like fishing or golfing or hunting. Meanwhile, Morgan Wallen doing what he can to help Hurricane Helene victims. He donated $500,000 to the American Red Cross in support of their relief efforts. The Knox News revealed that donation on Monday, 3 days after Helene barreled through the South, killing 128 people, leaving a trail of destruction there. Morgan posted on social media over the weekend to say, "My family in East Tennessee is safe, but I know many are absolutely devastated there in multiple states." And finally, Jelly Roll is releasing some new music this month. His upcoming 10th studio album, Beautifully Broken, comes out October 11th. Jelly Roll's debut country album last year reached number 3 on the Billboard 200. He launched his nationwide Beautifully Broken tour in Salt Lake on August 27th. Those are your trending headlines.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show, number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. 102.7 KORD. Our cash cow loves country music and loves giving you extra spending cash. Up to $30,000 could be yours. Listen while you work for codes every hour from 8:20 to 5:20. And then enter them on our app for your shot to win cash. Okay. We're milking it for all it's worth. Download our app to play and for full rules and details. Number one for New Country. 102.7 KORD.
Number one for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. I'll give you the current temp if you really want it.
Yeah.
38 degrees.
Oh,
right
no.
It went down. Went down a couple degrees.
Yeah, it did.
Partly cloudy skies right now for you. 38 degrees. Yeah, welcome to fall. Welcome to October.
No, thank you.
Welcome to October. All right, Facebook fun to get the day started. Here you go. I already know what my answer is going to be. I'll see what Patty's answer is going to be. What do you wish your brain was better at doing?
Math.
I didn't realize you were going to say that, but that was the one thing I thought of when I put that up there this morning as the question of the morning.
Rationalizing, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, in a better way, because I really can't. And like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things, like I act on things before I think, you know what I mean?
Right. You're quick to react.
Very quick to react and overreact sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I've had
So like, just calm down, think about it for a minute, and then.
No, I've had some Rick rants that kind of went off the rails. You know, I get you.
I understand. Well,
Yeah. So, what do you wish your brain was better at doing? Jessica says staying calm.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Mary says trusting people. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Bradley says relationship and trust. Math. See, math for me was the first one I thought of because I'm horrible at math. And Christina says remembering. Now, you already know, and you have a good memory too. I have a great.
Oh, especially when something bad happens.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
it.
I'm very.
When I've been wrong.
I'm so fortunate right now, even at middle age, my memory. You've seen that. My memory's pretty good.
Yeah.
But for me, math, man. If you asked me to do math right now, I'd have to count on my hands.
I can do it on my fingers.
I know that's
sure.
it.
You know what I mean?
So I remember being in junior high and high school. I'm like trying to hide my fingers as I was counting because that's how I count. That's the only way I can do it. So, yeah, and then meanwhile, my friend's in trigonometry. I'm like, what is that?
I know. Nope.
I did go back. I'm so horrible at math. I thought I only took pre-algebra. That was as far as I got.
Oh, gosh.
And then I went and looked back at my report card. I did have algebra.
12th grade, you didn't take calculus?
I had D. I had a D in it.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. I had straight A's and a D. There's math, D.
I get it.
So there you go. A lot of great comments already. What do you wish your brain was better at doing? I like that. Rationalizing, not overreacting. Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Not jumping to conclusions.
Well,
no, that's
what we do.
It's human nature. It's
every morning I come in here. Poor Rick has to talk me off the ledge.
I'm just saying. I think it's absolutely human nature. Or reacting before you get the whole story.
Yeah.
Because you're already. I'm already mad. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Not mad, but just you're like, why do people always want to inconvenience me?
Get you riled up.
What is going on with that?
So what do you wish your brain was better at doing? We're curious. Adding to the comments. A lot of great comments already. That is our Facebook fun. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Mackenzie Porter, 708, number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD, 720. Luke Combs tickets up for grabs. Our first set of tickets. I know, this is exciting. This weekend in the Gorge, that's where Patty's going to be on Friday night.
I'm going to be at the Gorge on Friday night. I got my text says you better leave early because there's going to be a traffic jam.
Going to be a traffic jam.
There's going to be traffic.
And you better wear a sweater or your long johns because it's going to be cold out there.
It is going to be. I'm camping.
Yeah. In the day, it's going to be warm, and then it immediately drops down at night, and you'll freeze your honey.
I might be camping in my car.
You might be. It might be. So we'll give you a chance to win some Luke Combs tickets coming up this morning at 7:20. Before we get to all of that, Donna's got a situation. The son's being a little disrespectful. What's going on here?
Very. Rick and Patty, I have 2 kids, a 17-year-old girl, a 14-year-old boy, and recently my daughter showed me some comments that my son was making on online posts. He was mocking female soccer players, saying that they didn't know how to play. They should return to the kitchen. Oh. Some of the posts, he commented that women only care about money. So, well, I confronted my son. He said it was a joke, that he wasn't serious, and that it was how his friends joked. He said I was overreacting and that I didn't understand it. Well, I don't accept these excuses. I had a long conversation with him, and I decided to punish him. I took away his computer. I canceled the subscriptions to the online games he plays, and also prohibited him from playing anything for a month. I also made him cut off contact with his online friends. He tried to protest, but I stood firm. My husband agrees that our son was wrong, but does think that I was too harsh on him. He says I should have given him a chance to redeem himself. He says he's just a teen and he'll grow and change. Well, he says I should let him play at least on the weekends, that he needs a hobby, and he doesn't have many friends. Well, I don't think I'm overreacting. I believe he needs to understand that his actions have consequences, and he needs to learn to respect women. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this, Donna. If it was my foster mom, there would she would not budge. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot, though.
Yep, yeah, but if this was my son, I think that this punishment is a good punishment. Actually, I think it is. I remember reading my foster mom's old journal, and it said I had not done very well in math, and so she took my comic books away. She goes, he didn't do very well. He got the report card, didn't do good in math. Now, I don't recall that.
Yeah.
But she did. She goes, she called him funny books.
Funny books.
We took his funny
books away.
We took his funny books away for a month, and hopefully that grade will come up. And I'll tell you this about the one amazing thing about my foster mom, she didn't budge. If you were punished, if you were grounded, it wasn't. I understand that every kid's different, but it whatever she did worked with me. And when I'm looking at that, I'm like, yeah, you got to. I don't always agree with this, but you got to take away what they love. You know what I'm saying? To get them to understand the behavior that they've done.
I kind of think his sister is a tattletale.
Well,
I mean,
okay. Well, no one likes a tattletale either. So you're gonna go after the sister.
Remember Cindy Brady was tattling?
Yeah, exactly. Get a good Mike Brady.
Now here's a lesson. There's a lesson
now,
in this.
Cindy. When you tattle on someone else, you're really tattling on yourself. So, but again, how do you get through How do you get
I get it, though.
Today?
You don't want your kid thinking
absolutely
disrespecting
not.
Women.
Absolutely not.
I mean...
And I look back at some of the things I said when I was 14. I'm ashamed of myself.
Gosh.
And that's at the end of the day, that's how you know you've grown, hopefully, as a human being, is you look back and go,
Can't believe I said that.
I did some things that I can't even talk about on the radio that I'm like so ashamed of. And I'm sure every kid's done it. I'm like, things I've said to other people as a teenager, things I did. Facial expressions I did. You know what I'm talking about there? Absolutely.
Phrases we used to say.
Absolutely.
Not even understanding what, oh my gosh.
I look back, I'm like, oh gosh, I wish someone was there to slap me. Because there was no parent around, so you got away with it. Even when I was with my buddies, the things I said when I was with my buddies, when I was 14 years old.
Well, there's peer pressure to, to fit in.
It was raunchy. It was,
I can't even imagine peer pressure today.
I couldn't. I mean,
wow.
We're adults now, but as a kid, man, the things I said behind my, just behind everybody's, So, yeah, I think this is appropriate. Now, so we're curious what you guys think. Already got a ton of comments. 547-KORD app chat us. Is this a tough enough punishment? Is it a good enough punishment? What do you guys think? What do you do with your own kids, I guess, is a good question, too.
Let us know.
Yeah, do you take their favorite things away? My favorite things got taken away when I was a kid. Oh, you're going to do that? You're going to lose that for a month. You're not going to watch TV for a month, whatever it was.
Right.
Did those things happen to you, too, as well? Yes, yeah. And again, did your parents, later go, oh, okay, Patty Joe, you learned your lesson. You can go ahead and have your, your games back. And I was like, no, you're going to serve them. You're going to serve the month, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you say your dad was kind of a softie compared
big time
compared to your mom?
Yeah.
Now,
he was.
Just let her have her bike. No.
Yeah, and
not riding her bike today. No.
I lived on my bicycle. That got me from point A to point B.
I hear you. So if you got to take it away, you learned a lesson. So, all right, 547-KORD, app chat us what you would do in this situation. We want to know. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
27 KORD, 724. I know what you came here for. We got you covered because Luke Combs is coming to the Gorge this weekend, right?
Are you kidding me? Yes, and we have tickets.
We do. And because it's you, Patty, what caller number would you like to take?
Caller number 7 is a big winner.
Oh, the classic.
Classic number 7.
It is 547 KORD, 547 KORD. Caller 7 next. We're going to send you off to see Luke Combs. Good luck from 1027 KORD.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. 1027 KORD. Our cash cow wants you to pick up some milk money. All right. Listen while you work for codes every hour from 8:20 to 5:20. Enter them on our app and you could win cash up to $30,000. It's utterly ridiculous, but the money sure would come in handy. Download our app to play and for full rules and details. #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. Patty. We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. 1027 KORD. Our cash cow wants you to pick up some milk money. All right. Listen while you work for codes every hour from 8:20 to 5:20. Enter them on our app and you could win cash up to $30,000. It's utterly ridiculous, but the money sure would come in handy. Download our app to play and for full rules and details. #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
$30,000 on the way with the cash cow. And we're super excited about that code coming here in just about 10 minutes, Patty.
I know.
Anywhere, everywhere on the KORD mobile app, and a lot of changes happening. So, number one, I saw that you posted about this yesterday, Patty, is
Which one?
Oregon State Parks.
Man, everything is going up.
It is.
Everything is going up. And on a good note, Washington's minimum wage is going up.
Saw that.
In 2025.
Yeah,
it's going to be like $16.66 an hour.
I saw that. So my son, who works retail, he works Washington retail right at the border of Idaho, which is 725 still.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Washington, he's like, Dad, why would I work in Idaho? He's like, no, he's right. He's like, why would I work in Idaho? And he does. He works over there in Washington. So there's a couple things happening. Yeah, the fee changes right there, Oregon State Parks, and then that minimum wage going up.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just going to say $3.35 an hour, my very first.
Yes.
That was my very first minimum wage that I ever had. And I was sad to see this too. So a couple things. Frank Fritz, I love this show, American Pickers. He sadly has passed away.
Oh my God!
I know. And then the baseball player passed away yesterday as well.
Oh.
So yeah. So it's just, I mean,
Pete Rose.
Yeah, exactly. So what are we? It's just one after another right now of even celebrities passing away, like in a lot, like in succession.
Yeah.
It's kind of when you see those kind of things, like what's going on?
I know it.
So all that information, Chris Christopherson, sadly.
Chris Christopherson was over the weekend.
Exactly.
Man.
So all that information is all posted for you right now. And if you're looking for some good reading, guess what? The cool thing about it doesn't cost anything. And I will say this before we go to break.
On the KORD mobile app, how you get it?
Thank you. How do you get it, Patty? You go to your Google Play Store
or Apple Store.
Exactly.
And just you can search for us.
KORD. Search us out. There it's going to be sitting there. Download it. And then, of course, go in, fill out the information, and it's all free.
And that's exactly where you're going to enter your codes.
That's
under
it, too.
Win Cash.
It's right there in the middle. So when you open up the app, you'll see the stories, and then right in the middle, it'll say Win Cash. Hit that Win Cash button, and then you're going to have to
scroll down a little bit.
You're going to have to
You'll find the date.
Yep.
And then you just enter your codes as you go.
Absolutely. So your chance to win away $30,000. Big question we get every single day is like, hey, where is it? Where is it? Right in the middle of the app, Win Cash, input that code, and good luck. And that $30,000 code is coming up in just minutes. 1027 KORD.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD. 1027 KORD. Our cash cow loves country music and loves giving you extra spending cash. Up to $30,000 could be yours. Listen while you work for codes every hour from 8:20 to 5:20. And then enter them on our app for your shot to win cash. Okay. We're milking it for all it's worth. Download our app to play and for full rules and details. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Wild Horses. I know we're super excited for Yellowstone season 5, part 2, and she's going to be making a guest appearance, and we're super excited about that. 8:24 now. You got Rick, you got Patty. Sunshine for you, 41 degrees, and other people's problems. Trying to resolve this one this morning with Donna in West Richland. What's going on with Donna?
She's got 2 kids, a 17-year-old girl, a 14-year-old boy, and the daughter showed Donna some comments that the son was making on some online posts. He was mocking female soccer players, saying that they didn't know how to play. They need to be back in the kitchen. And in some posts, he commented that women only care about money. So I confronted him. He said it was a joke, wasn't serious at all. And it was for how his friends joked about, and he said I was overreacting, that I just didn't get it. Well, I don't accept these excuses. I had a long conversation with him. I decided to punish him. So I took away his computer. I canceled subscriptions to the online games he plays and prohibited him from playing anything for like a month. I also made him cut off contact with his so-called friends. He tried to protest, but I'm standing firm on it. Well, my husband agrees that our son was wrong, but thinks I was too harsh. He says I should have given him a chance to redeem himself. He says he's just a teen. He'll grow and change. And he says that I should have let him at least play a little on the weekends, that he needs a hobby, and he doesn't have any friends. So I don't think I'm overreacting. I think he needs to understand that his actions have consequences. He needs to learn to respect women. What do you think? Donna in West Richland.
I'm surprised this morning that this is incredibly divided on Facebook this morning because, as I said, that for my foster mom, that would have been the punishment. She would have that would have been it. A lot of people are kind of disagreeing. What are they all saying?
Well,
here?
Alina says, I love that you addressed it. I would see about getting him into a volunteer position where he'd be near strong women, maybe on a sports team or profession. Let him see how cool these women really are. Maybe the local high school team might need a water boy. And then Stephanie says the situation needed a conversation, not a punishment.
Pam says you're overreacting. The punishment does not fit the crime. Yeah, his actions do need consequences, but you went overboard. You should find ways to educate him while punishing him. And Dustin says it is bullying, and it needed a conversation and punishment. And maybe he needs some new friends, and that's from Dustin.
Did you see Carissa? She says, perfect. He'll remember this the next time and make better choices. Getting away from the online thing and making him go socialize in person is not a bad punishment. It's for his own good.
Absolutely. Cam says, sounds like your son needs to play some sports, hit the skate park, play in the mud, do some fishing, and him and the husband need to hang out a little bit. And that's from Cam.
Jason says, I think your consequences are a bit much, not to mention he's still going to hang out with those friends that you told him not to, and he's still going to see them at school.
Levi says, you're very much overreacting. He doesn't need to have the same view as you do. What, Levi? I'm not saying what he said was right. A lot of people troll posts these days for reactions. I feel bad for your son living in your house if that's how you're going to react over nothing. And that's from Levi.
I like Barbie. Put your son and your husband on kitchen duty and laundry and house cleaning for a month and let them get a feel for just how hard women's work really is. And just what it really takes to keep a family going.
Jared says teachable moment doesn't require a discipline. Interesting. Mary says perfect punishment. He literally is being a turd, possibly bullying online, sees nothing wrong with it. He needs punished. And also he can make friends since he has so much time. I think it's very interesting. And again, I'm not a gamer, so I'm going to get shot down out of the sky. I've never been a gamer. It does not interest me whatsoever. So having a kid in front of a video game 24/7, I don't understand that.
Yeah, no, take it away.
No, when I was a kid, it was like we got kicked outside, go build a fort, go play with friends. I mean,
but I do remember. I remember when video games hit the scene.
We had Atari and stuff.
So did we.
Yeah,
Tank.
But we had
Pong.
But we had Atari, but you sure in the heck didn't sit in front of it all day long.
No, we did not.
You know, it was like so. But there are a lot of kids who literally have no social skills because all they do is sit in front of video games all day.
And on their phones.
Yeah, and that's it. That's it. So to me, it's like, yeah, go speak to a real person. Actually meet people. Do things. I like a lot of the suggestions here. I do.
Brian says, yeah, the toxic masculinity needs to be nipped in the bud. Would he jump off a cliff if his friends did? What if somebody was saying the same things about him? Knock him down a notch or two.
Anytime my son said stupid things, masculine, I shut him down. One day we were driving back to Clarkston, and on the he had a CD. He goes, "Oh, Dad, listen to my CD," and he popped it in.
Oh no,
no, and it had, and he was
some
singing
suggestive lyrics.
Yep, he was singing along, and it had the N word, and he sang it, and I went, "What? What did you just do?" And he's like, "Well, I'm just singing the song." I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to sing that. You're not going to act that way. I expect you to respect people. And I mean, so if I've done anything right with my son, if you met him, I've drilled manners into him. And it's like, so it's like, I understand it's a different age, but we're not going to do those things. I'm sorry, you're not. So we did our best. Man, I'm surprised. It's divided today. It's very divided today. Some people said a conversation, absolutely a conversation, but I still think there should have been some punishment on this one. I do. This is
Hold your ground. Stand firm, Donna.
All right. 547 KORD. App chat us. What would you guys do in the situation? We want to know. Rick and Patty. KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. #1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.